What is going on with the circle? Let's get into a little bit of math. So, all circles are 360 degrees. That is cool. Now let's focus on 30 degrees. If we go up to 30 degrees, we can see that the sinus value of 30 degrees is 1/2, which is also totally cool and fair. What happens though if we go over 360 degrees? For example, what happens if we want to see the value of 390 degrees? Well, then we just go one whole lap around the circle and go back to 30 degrees. Fair enough. And the value of sinus at 390 degrees is the same 1/2 as with 30 degrees. To illustrate the question I have with this whole setup here, I'll be using old windmills as an example. For a windmill to create flour, it needs to grind up wheat. And sometimes a setup was used where a large circular stone would be placed on top of another large circular stone, and then the top one would be spun around, and in between these stones, wheat would be placed. So it would grind up the wheat. And here is my question. If both 390 degrees and 30 degrees are the same value of 1/2, then what happens if we use the circle on this ancient windmill? If we put wheat in between these two rocks and turn the top piece of rock 30 degrees, the wheat will be barely milled up. However, if we spin this rock 390 degrees, that is the full circle and the extra 30, the wheat will be grinded up more. Well, not fully though. And so from this, at least what I'm seeing, is that 390 degrees and 30 degrees have the same value of 1/2. However, 30 degrees has the value of just barely milling up the wheat, and we will give this the value of x, and 390 degrees did a better job at milling up the wheat, and we will give this the value of y. So now what we have is, theoretically, x should be the same amount as y, and they both should have a sinus value of 1/2. So this means that the sinus value of 1/2 is both barely milled wheat and a little bit more milled wheat. So like, what is going on with the circle?